Well, listeners, welcome back to Subculture, and as you know, we've been taking a look at some of the shows that are on this year at Melbourne's International Comedy Festival, and one of those shows is called What the Folk, and it's the Tuck Shop Ladies' debut for the Comedy Festival. So we thought, hey, let's find out a little bit more about this show. We've actually got Sam and Rosie, aka the Tuck Shop Ladies, on the phone right now to chat about this show. Welcome to the program, Tuck Shop Ladies.
Thank you. Hi. Actually, so the show's called In Real Life, but yours sounds much better as a title.
Oh, okay. That's a little bit weird because that's what it says on the press release. So, yeah.
Maybe we should have changed it. That was way better as a title. Why don't we think of that?
Look, we can go with it. We're pretty cruisy. We'll go with either.
Yeah. So it is called In Real Life for all the listeners out there who are probably a little bit confused at the moment, but
no more confused than us, honestly. We're pretty much in a state of confusion all the time.
So, Sam, Rosie, tell us a little bit about the Tuck Shop Ladies. How did you both get together and form the Tuck Shop Ladies?
Rosie and I had been playing together in a very serious folk band for some time, and we'd always sort of written ridiculous sort of silly songs in the back of the tour van and around campfires and late at night, and then Rosie got to the point where she's like, let's start a band called the Tuck Shop Ladies, and let's not carry our big, because I was playing drums and she had 6 guitars and we had a bass player, and that's not even including our emotional baggage, it was a lot. And so she said, let's learn ukulele, they're really light. And I said, we don't even know how to play them, we don't have any. She goes, it's fine, we'll get some. And that's pretty much how it started, and it was just because we were lazy.
We got tired of carrying around all that crap, so we went, let's go light.
Yeah.
What was it like when you did your first gig doing comedy rather than doing regular folk music? Was that a pretty nerve-wracking experience?
Well, it wasn't really that we had decided to do comedy. It's still like, what we do is sort of like, it's still based around our love of harmony and songwriting, but it's sort of like this sort of, I guess it's just a view on life and its quirks and stuff, and it just so happened to make people laugh.
We didn't even know we were a comedy band until people started telling us we were a comedy band. We were like, okay. So that kind of snuck up on us, really.
Yep.
Yeah, so this venture into this International Comedy Festival is really weird for us, because we normally play festivals and music festivals and folk festivals, and we just happen to be that band that they go, oh, they're really good, they're musical and they're funny, but now we don't know what we've gotten into, and we're quietly sort of pooping our pants because we don't know. Our 14-year-old was in the car the other day and said, what if people don't find you funny? And I said, you don't think I haven't thought of that?
So I kind of often will, like these days, stumble onto Sam at like 2 a.m, just rocking in the bed going, what have we done?
So I was going to ask you a little bit about the festivals that you've been to, because of course you've been to the 2 biggest festivals here, Port Fairy and Queenscliff, but you've also been over to the US and Canada. What's that experience been like as 2 Aussies going over to some of the biggest festivals in the world?
It's just been mind-blowing. When you're Australian and you travel overseas, you've just got this passport for everybody to immediately love you. Like, Australians are seen as just, fun and lovable, and so people are predisposed to love you immediately. Like, we'd be out the back of a venue, unpacking our van, and people would be like, oh, you're the Aussies. Oh, come and stay with us. And we'd be like, well, and they'd be like, I live in a little cabin in the back of the woods. We'd be like, well, but they, and I just don't even think they were murderers. People, overseas it's already, you've got this ticket to be loved. So if you even halfway decent, it's a pretty fun ride.
And they love our accent. I can't believe it. Oh, I could listen to you talk forever. And I'm like, I sound like a crow.
Yeah.
There's nothing sexy about my voice right now. I sound like a crow. And they're like, oh, I could listen to you talk forever. It sounds like garlic.
Do they still do the Steve Irwin question? Because I know in America for a long time they would be like, oh, you're from Australia. And then the second question would be like, do you know Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter?
Well, I'm quite old. I'm nearly 50, and when I first started touring over in America, it wasn't Steve Irwin. It was like Crocodile Dundee.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh, Crocodile Dundee.
Well, yeah, I don't know who's the new person everybody be asking us about.
Probably the Hemsworths.
The Hemsworths, yeah, right. They're those kids that film The Family, is
No, Chris Hemsworth. He's from like Thor and stuff.
Oh,
right?
I was thinking about that YouTube Family.
Now we're showing our age. Can we edit this out?
So, bringing it back to your music, like some of the songs that we've got on the list here that you'll be performing are Nicole Kidman's Niece, Brain Fade, Tutu. Tell us a little bit about what inspires you to write these songs.
Well, it's pretty much life experiences, whatever we see before us. Tutu, we wrote Tutu when we just happened to have an experience where we were doing a film clip about how bloody awesome it is to put your trackies on when you were thinking that you had to go out for something. You're all dressed up and then you get off the hook and you get to put your trackies on. And we're doing a film clip about that. And so to start that film clip, we were wearing tutus, and we were like, oh my God, like this is amazing.
Seriously, surprisingly incredible to pop on a tutu.
We're like prancing around the house going, we should do this more often. So, that's where that song comes from. But yeah, it's really about just stuff that we will experience. Life is so weird. There is no shortage of material for us to draw from.
And sometimes we'll write a song. We have a song called Shitty Pen, and it's just about that time where you pick the pen up, you go to use it, doesn't work, you pop it back on the bench, and then the next day you go back and you pick it up again, and you're like, why didn't I just chuck it out? and people come up and say, I totally understand that. And we've got the song called Fitted Sheet. It sort of explains a better way to do it. And everyone goes, yeah, that's exactly how I do it.
Yeah, so just like it's what happens around us. That's what we put in our songs.
And do you write the tracks together, or do you find that one of you will come up with an idea and then write it out, and then the other will come in and help out? How does that writing process work for you?
Well, this is Sam speaking. I write all the good ones.
And, this is Rosie. Mostly they're my ideas.
She just piggybacks on it and gets the co-write. But no, we'll come up with concepts, or lots of times a lot of our songs are written on our dog walks, and a lot of our songs are written on the way to somewhere in the van. So it's sort of just
something sparks, the other one picks it up. We're pretty good at like picking up stuff and running with it, and just seeing where it goes. But we've also got this system where we have, if one of us goes no, then
we don't do it.
It's over, and the other one will be like, how about? And we're no.
Like there's still a song, I think, since our inception that I still try to get across the line.
And I'm like, no.
And it's called Pillow Lines, and it's about how you get pillow lines on your face. And Rose is just an absolute flat out no, and so we don't get to play it. So it's good though, because that means there's joy every time we play. So we're absolutely 100% into it.
Now, you talked about being a little bit nervous about playing at the comedy festival, but how did this opportunity come about for you?
Oh, well, a friend, people had been saying to us, oh, you're so funny, you should play at the comedy festival. And we're like, no. And then a friend that we really admire, who's a comedian, said, you guys should play at the comedy festival. And we were like, okay.
If you say we should, then we should.
So we put in our application, and then,
somehow they obviously didn't have many people
applying
this
they must
year.
have been short on artist applications. They said yes to us, so then off we went.
Well, I am sure that you are going to go great guns at the comedy festival, and for all of our listeners out there, In Real Life is on from the 28th of March to the 2nd of April, 7 p.m. every night at the Butterfly Club downstairs, which of course is in Carson Place and is one of my favourite venues in Melbourne. So make sure you get along and see the Tuck Shop ladies at In Real Life. Ladies, I have to ask, what would you like to say to people out there who are thinking about heading along and checking out this show at the comedy festival?
Well, I'll give you money back if you don't like it.
And I would say, if you do come, just drop the bar, just come with very low expectations, and you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Have no expectations whatsoever, and then everything will be bonus.
And that's life in general as well, yeah, not just our show.
Yeah, and for everyone out there again, In Real Life is on from the 28th of March to the 2nd of April at 7 p.m. at the Butterfly Club, which is in Carson Place, right in the CBD. Thank you so much, Sam and Rosie, for coming on the show today. It's been an absolute privilege having you on the show, and I, for one, can't wait to check out your show In Real Life at the Comedy Festival.
Thanks so much.
Yeah,
it was great to chat with you.
You're awesome. Thank you.